Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna briefly look into another new 1.19 farm. There was a change that allows wither skeletons to spawn in light level 11 or lower now, unlike in previous versions where you couldn't do that. And that means we can make a farm where wither skeletons would spawn inside of a portal and immediately get sent to the overworld dimension. So this would be a two-player farm. One player would AFK in the nether, have the wither skeletons spawning, and a second player would then kill the wither skeletons and all the other mobs we're getting in the overworld of looting. So you could already in 1.18 make a similar farm, you just wouldn't get any wither skeletons. So the magma cubes, blazes, and zombified piglins could already spawn inside of a portal, but yeah, just makes it so much better that the wither skeletons would now spawn there as well. So before we make a farm, just a word of warning. Mojang already announced that they're not super happy with what they did. So at some point they're probably gonna fix it that mobs can spawn inside of portal blocks. So if you would make such a farm now, then you could expect that it might be fixed in 1.20 or a later version. So it's still working in 1.19.1 pre-releases, so I would assume it wouldn't be fixed in 1.19, but no guarantee could also be fixed in 1.19.2, so we really don't know at the moment. Okay, so the plan to make a farm out of this is really straightforward. Just gonna spam a lot of portals, but there's a restriction. That's only possible to link all the portals within a 32 by 32 area to one single portal in the world, which we want to do. You could make the area in the nether slightly larger than 32 by 32, but then you would have the portals linking to, for example, 4 different locations in the corner of the player range. But that would then require making some kind of conveyor belt system to bring all the mobs towards the players. So we're gonna focus on a simple farm, and we're just gonna use the 32 by 32 area because it just makes everything so much simpler. Okay, then the next step is actually finding a good nether fortress. So we have this limitation that we can only have the mobs spawning within the bounding box, and you can only use the inner bounding box, not the outer one. So you can display it real quick. So for each fortress structure, there's a certain area where the mobs would spawn. I'm using the mini hut mod to display it. So that's basically the big bounding box, which you can see all around here. Here they would spawn on the nether brick blocks, but since we want the mobs to spawn on obsidian inside of a portal box, we couldn't use the trick with the big bounding box. We have to limit the farm to the inner bounding box around those actual structures. Okay, now it's just about finding the best possible area. In my opinion, the best possible spot for such a portal block farm would be a quadruple intersection. So you can see one of those 19 by 19 intersections that just look like this. Basically, just an intersection of those nether fortress walkways, and we have 4 of those next to each other. So this would be in total a 38 by 38 area. We can fit our 32 by 32 portal in there. Also extends below the walkways, so we can put 3 of those portals on top of each other. Now, the problem is actually finding such a fortress that has a quadruple intersection. They're somewhat rare, but not like unreasonably rare. You could never find them. So they're usually within like 5,000 blocks in the nether. But if you would search for them manually, especially in survival, it would take you many hours to actually find one. So I would recommend to do the same as I did. Just actually search on Google for a quadruple intersection finder. And I'm gonna link you the same I used in the video description. In this way, easily found many fortresses that have those intersections. Okay, so the next step, I put down the 32 by 32 portal block, and I made the decision to use the 2 white portals, because those actually would prevent the magma cubes from spawning, so we don't need to deal with those in the overworld. The farm will be still plenty fast. So, overall, we get fewer wither skeletons, but it makes the farm a little bit simpler. Right, then also move all the blocks around just to see what the farm could produce in ideal conditions. Alright, so mob spawning has been turned on now, so all the mobs that would spawn will be sent immediately to the overworld, except not chicken jockeys. But they will eventually despawn, so it shouldn't matter. Alright, so let's check out the overworld side. As you can see, there's plenty of mobs incoming. Doesn't look that crazy in the nether, of course, but the overworld, as you can see, almost every second there's a new batch of wither skeletons coming in. It's really fast. Okay, so the same reason why the chicken jockey doesn't go through the portal is also the reason why the boat here doesn't go through the portal. It has a passenger. So use that just to push the mobs outside. Some cases would actually be nice if entities with a passenger would also allow you to go through a portal. For example, you riding a horse, but I would just use this trick to push them out. And then we got the second player for sweeping, looting, unbreaking, mending, sharpness 5 sword. Yeah, killing all the mobs, hitting the armor stand every 12 ticks. I'm using carpet mod bots to do that, but a simple clicking script would also work. Okay, we also finally got rid of another issue. There's always a bit of a problem if you have a ton of items coming in the same spot. Yeah, how to collect them. So you could either push the items away with pistons, but now I think it's actually probably easiest just to use the new minecart unloaders. So we just dispense a new minecart every 8 ticks. Quickly goes here under the item area, collects everything, and then we break it again. This way we can pick up a ton of items. As you can see here, getting roughly, let's take a look at it, 106,000 items per hour. And in terms of wizard skeleton skulls, it looks like we're getting roughly 680 per hour. So there's plenty beacons you can make with this. Alright, so as long as it stays like this should definitely be the simplest possible wizard skeleton farm. Not that the wizard skeleton farms were super complicated, it got a lot easier over the years with the wizard roses and then the fact that they're attracted to piglins. But yeah, this is also plenty fast here. So over 10 wizard skeleton skulls per minute, it's pretty decent. Alright, thanks guys for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.